Twalipoka muchalo Jesu icha Zambia Mama mune we mwina Zambia wishitishe chalo Kawino no murwani aisa no lupio ringe Wikokola humusebe we mwine wachalo Mtungwa uwa Zambia Natusunge Ichalo Jesu We muteko ni we mwine wachalo Bantunga washitishe chalo Ukepaisha bantu Kashimune uchenjele Kulia baba mwisa Avale fire ukona ula Ichalo Jesu Mama Alamune Uko sefie Chifya balwani Ichalo Jesu Jua Zambia, we shitishe chalo Kamono, Wani Aisa, no lupio ringe Wikokola, Museme, we mini wachalo Mama, Uwa Zambia Natusunge, Italo Jesu We muteko ni we wile wachalo Bantunga washitishe chalo Ukepaisha bantu Kashimune uchenjele Ulia baba mwisa Avale fwaya ukona ula Ichalo Jesu Bantunge Ichalo Jesu We muteko ni we mwine wachalo Bantunga washitishe chalo Ukepaisha bantu Kashimune uchenjele Ulia baba mwisa Avale fwayo ukona ula Ichalo Jesu Mama alamune Uko sefie Chifya balwani Mutalo Jesu Jua Zambia, we shitishe chalo Kamono, Wani Aisa, no lupio ringe Wikokola, Umuseme, we mwini wachalo Mama, Mtungwa, Uwa Zambia Natusunge, Ichalo Jesu We muteko ni we wile kwaya ukona ula ichalo chesu mama alamune ukose je chifyala dwani uchalo chesu mama untungwa twalibuka uchalo chesu Oh yes, good evening. Oh, good evening, good evening. We are back on this program. Today is what? Today is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. Like I told you, I am going to be consistent, coming every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. So today is Wednesday. I'm here, and I will come back on Friday and then Sunday. Of course, as and when there is an issue that is of kind of an emergency or that needs to be spoken about, I will do talk, because some of you, Mzambia ka reasoning, I think a lot of people don't really reason. Kutualanda, no, in the go slow, no, but why are you talking? You said you are going to stop talking. Anyway, when did I say I've stopped? If I say I'm the go slow, nish the go slow. So but why are you talking today? Today is not Sunday. If there is an issue that needs to be spoken about immediately, I will definitely come online and talk. Let me just get my juice. My blender is off. Oh, yeah. So yes, here we are. We have got three major issues that I'm going to talk about tonight. Tonight, I want to talk about the issue of, Amos Chanda, Vatatava Neva Smumba, and James Indambo. Now, I'm going to start with Amos Chanda. Now, I want to try, like always, I want to try to be as objective as I can be regarding Amos Chanda. The first thing that I would declare is that Amos Chanda is a friend. And when you call somebody your friend, you don't just throw them under the bus at any given time. I don't think that is the right way. Unfortunately, politics recover. Politics recover. If you understand you said politics they are. Most of you look at politics, like the way you look at things in a binocracy. You look at things in a binocracy. Now Chimona, Cho. Politics stay forever. Politics, politics stay Havana. When I say politics stay Havana, is that sometimes it's difficult for you to understand. But the general public, most of the times, tend to have a naive approach towards politics. A naive approach towards politics. It is not, it is this. It is supposed to be this. And if it is not like this, then it is, yali cover. Yali cover. Even those that are in government, you know, when they were in opposition, I'm sure they looked at politics from a different perspective. Now that they're in government, it's different. It's not what they thought. Hakainde Hichilema was a presidential novice when he became president. He was a presidential novice. It is now that Hakainde Hichilema has started learning the ropes of being a president. I can assure you that. That Hakainde Hichilema went in there as a novice who had no idea really how government works. For him, he thought it is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To be fair with him, actually, when Hakainde Hichilema was making some of those promises, it's not that he completely intended to lie. I mean, let's just be fair. It's not that he completely intended to lie. It is just that, you know, when he was outside, he thought he can do this, he can do that, he can do that. But when he got in there, he found that things are different. You know, so it's not everything. Of course, there are certain things that Hakainde Hichilema said which he knew himself, you know, they cannot be attained. But some of the things, most of the things that Hakainde Hichilema said, he believed he can do them. But when he went into government, he realized it's not that straightforward. Because, I mean, certain things, some of the things you are restricted by the law. You want to do this, but all of a sudden there is a law blocking you. Okay, and you have to navigate, you know, the law for you to achieve that. So some of the things you can succeed, some of them you cannot succeed because the law inhibits, or the law prevents you from achieving that, from doing whatever you want. Some of the things, it is about, you know, the connections, the people around you. If you do this, if I do this, yeah, but Milupi has been my friend for a long time. Milupi has done whatever. So how can I do this? You know, if I do this, Milupi will be affected. So you don't do it. I'm just giving an example, by the way. You know, I'm just giving an example. Then, if I do this, this one, Sylvia Masebo will be whatever. Then Sylvia Masebo, then there is you know, what is that? The chief. You know, there are so many people behind. You know, so you fail to do that. You want to do it, but you can't do it because you realize that some people that are very close to you, I mean, will be affected. Will be affected. So you fail to do it. And yet people will be like, just do it. Just do it. Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing this? But you cannot come to the public and tell people to say, no, I cannot do this because Milupi is on the way, is in the way. I cannot do this because this person is in the way. And all of us, we have those kind of people. Even me, I have people like today, you know, there are people that have been loyal to me. And I become president. You find that you want to do something. You find that that person that has been very loyal to you, I mean, is in the way. You fail to do it. So politics, very difficult. And no politics. What difficult is that some of the things that we come and say to the public, you know, are not really what is in the background. In the background, there might be something else. And yet, you have to come out and face people. So, politicians that have succeeded, for me, what I've come to learn, are those politicians that are able to balance what is happening in the background and what they're bringing to the public. But to balance that, it's very, very difficult because politics operates at different permutations, different facets, you know. So it is complex. It is really complex. But unfortunately, the majority citizens, just think that it is straightforward. Hakainde Hichilema said, akawesho unga pali 50 kwacha. It's true. He said it. But then, and I believe he had the intentions when he was saying, when we do lower the cost of doing business, after lowering the cost of doing business, we lower the cost of prices. He was saying all those things. But unfortunately, when he entered in there, he found that it is complex. One of the complex issues is the issue of, medicines, where they thought that when they come in, there will be medicine all over and they will cut the cost by removing, some middlemen and whatever. Unfortunately, they found that no, medicine is not just bought and distributed just like mangoes. Medicine has got regulations, and those regulations empower certain individuals to be in business. So in as much as you may not want them, they have to be part of the business. So, you find that it's difficult. We had a shortage of medicines because Hakainde Hichilema and Chilufya Masebo, they were trying to revamp everything and whatever, but they found a challenge. The same with fertilizer. Fertilizer. Hakainde Hichilema thought they can come and just turn it around and whatever. But in those issues of fertilizer, in issues of medicine, in issues of fuel, you have been talking about fuel. There are players that it's difficult to get them out. It's difficult to get them out because you find that they control the market. They control the market from the supplier's point of view. You go to the supplier and the supplier is not willing to deal with you because they have got people that they deal with. Medicine, especially in many countries, it is controlled by groups like mafias. Medicines, fuel, fertilizer, some of these big commodities where government spends a lot of money, they are big mafias in the market, just like the way you have drugs. When those people that sell drugs, bali kwatama territories, this is their territory. And you cannot just go there, somebody has supplied you with some drugs and you go and sell. You will not. You will not. First of all, people will not come and buy from you. You can have drugs, they talk about drugs, these drugs or whatever which they sell. You can have them, but you will not be able to sell them. Where are you going to start from? Who is going to buy from you? Because people are wondering, all of a sudden, Tayali has got drugs. And who is going to come to buy from you? They are scared, And somehow, before you know it, you are attacked, you are kicked out of the market. So it's the same thing with these big issues. I'm not talking about, for example, this issue of fuel. A lot of you have been talking about fuel. I'm not saying anything. Why? Because I can assure you that those people who are busy talking about fuel, they are not talking about fuel for the good of you and I, okay? Or you, since you are in Zambia, I'm not in Zambia. They are not talking about it because of you. They are talking about it because they want a share. They have got some people that want to start supplying. It is about displacing this guy. Whoever is currently supplying, they want to remove him so that they come in. But it makes sense. It makes sense, but really, at the end of the day, it's about business. It's about business. It is what is going on in the background. So, myself, I found it very, very difficult in certain situations whereby, in the background, what you are saying is something else. But you come to the public, you have to tell the public something that, that they have to accept, And yet in the background, it's something else. And many times myself, you have accused me of, no, now Chinja. I'm sure even it's the same situation with Navena Amosi, Navanani Vanani, once Avaka and Mulela Ndapo. Once aba kandile mrela ndapo. Vena Frankie Bwalia, Amos Chanda, va Nevas Mumba, va nani. All those candiles that you're talking about. All those candiles that you're talking about. Some of those candiles, of course, some of them, it's their nature. Okay? Some of them, it's their nature, it's their business. But to be honest with you, AMA politics, they operate basically on 3 levels. AMA politics. 3 levels or maybe 4 levels. Number 1 level is AMA politics. They are those, you know, bavuvuzela, like us. We are the ones that come and talk to the people. We are the ones that come and talk to the people. Whilst the big guys, they are big guys behind. Big guys behind who want to achieve something. And the big guys, most of the times, they don't even come to the public to talk. They use vuvuzelas like us. They use vuvuzelas. They are vuvuzelas. But these vuvuzelas, when we are talking, we vuvuzelas, when we are talking, there are people behind. There are people behind. Because talking on social media does not generate money. It doesn't. It does not generate money. Upon Delanda, no one is going to, TikTok, what. Yes, you can get to a little money here and there on TikTok or on Facebook. You can get some little money. But that money, it's not enough to have you paying for an apartment like my apartment. That money that you get, it's not enough to keep you really going. So you need some other guys to come in. You need some other guys to come in. And it is not you people who talk too much on social media who really make it. Of course, I'm grateful to a few people. You know, to some people, there are some people that come in, you know, bakupela kaka 1 pin, bakupela kaka 2 pin, you know. But really, the expense is big. The expense is huge. So you need some big guys, you know, behind you. You need some big. This is a reality. And you look at me like I'm just a pauper. But I can, or a pariah. But I can tell you, I might even be far much better than some of these guys. I might even be far much better than some of these guys. So I might be even better than some of these guys. Because for me, that's not going to generate utundalama somehow. Wachitako ka consultants, ka ufifilia, ka consultancy, ndachaja kofilia direct. But some of these guys, they totally depend on whoever the big guy that is behind them. They totally depend on whoever the big guy is behind. But, you know, some of us, because skill. You know, I skill. I'm a businessman in that. But still, I cannot say no. Who businessman one day. Sort out fiance. No. I have the business acumens. I do business somehow. But really, the expense is huge. And you need some of these big guys. Now, sometimes what happens is that these big guys, you can have a discussion. You can have a discussion and, you know, you agree. You agree. I'll give a very good example of myself. You know, when I left Zambia, when I was leaving Zambia, I didn't just, yes, it was an emergency. I only had like a few hours to get out of the country before those guys pounced on me. As you can remember, I left like on a Saturday. I left, I think it was on a Saturday. And Sunday, they raided my house. So, when I was leaving, I had to make things, you know, I had to plan things. I had a few hours to sort out things, you know. I had to. When I was told, we are coming for you, I thought, I have to get out of the country. And the guys insisted, you have to get out of the country. Not if Musawailat, you are a coward and whatever. It was real. You have to get out of the country because this time around, you will find yourself in Bwengwa. And we don't know what will happen to you. Anyway, I had to leave. So I did approach a few friends, a few trusted friends, and told them, guys, this is my situation. How are you going to help me? I'll give an example of one guy. One guy said, no, don't worry. You can go and whatever, and we will help you. I'll make sure. And he was swearing. I swear on the grave of my mother. He said, he really assured me that he was going to help me. You see, he really assured me that don't worry, you will be out there and you will not suffer. We will help you. Himself pledged. Himself, he pledged. He said, I'll be sending you $5,000 every month. He said it. I will be sending you $5,000 every month. I will send you $5,000 every month. That's how I get it. $5,000 every month. Are you sure? He said, I swear. And he was very assuring, that guy. Very, very assuring. And I said, well, I mean, if I can have $5,000 coming, I mean, I'll live. I'll be able to rent a house and whatever. I said, I'll be fine. I'll even bring my family and I'll be fine. You know, he assured me. Okay? I left the country. Mundwandi, when I left Zambia, I went into South Africa. When I went into South Africa, just there in South Africa, problems started. Just there in South Africa, I started having problems. Just in South Africa, I started having problems. I had to look for other people to come in. I have to look for other people to come in to help me with the tickets and whatever. Panondelanda, this guy doesn't even talk to me. He doesn't. He started by cutting, by blocking me. This guy that was really assuring me, he started by blocking my number. He blocked my number. He stopped talking to me. But this is the guy that was promising me. This is the guy that gave me hope. This is the guy that gave me all the confidence to say, I can live out there. And yet, just not long after, this guy was nowhere. Now, I am saying this, I can't mention the name of this guy. I can't. And I'm telling you this, I've never spoken about this. I'm speaking about it because I want you to understand. I'm just giving it as an example. So now, sometimes when you change, when these things happen, I mean, what do? You need to survive. What do you do? So sometimes you find that the people, you meet other people, and these people that you meet, they bring you an agenda, a different agenda. They have got a different interest. So before, when you are leaving, you were talking about a certain issue because the interest that you had with this guy. Now you have met different people and they have got a different interest. And I'm telling you, the one who calls for a song, the one who calls the piper calls for the song. The one who calls the piper calls for the song. So you find that, I mean, you were with this guy, and then later on, I mean, this guy abandons you, and you're with this guy, who has got interest in you, and he has got his own agenda. And it becomes very difficult. Because his agenda, you have to abandon it. You have to pick this other agenda. But Tayali, you are not reliable. Tayali, you are not reliable. I mean, the issue is, these people, they are the ones that change. These people, they are the ones that actually start by abandoning us. I'm telling you, more politics, if really somebody is supporting you and everything, it is very difficult for you to live, to be disloyal. I mean, who bites the finger that is feeding him? You will stay, but the problem is they change themselves. And when they change, you become vulnerable. You find that the agenda that you are pushing, it has even brought you problems. A good example is even Alebo de Rapport agenda. Alebo de Rapport agenda I picked that that agenda twice. The first time, yes, it was me who started it. And as I was pushing that agenda, it attracted a number of cases on me. UPND kept on pressuring with cases, they kept on coming. Vaikata. They wanted to stop me with the Alebo de Rapport agenda. They wanted to stop me. And when they were, because me, I was pushing an agenda, and there was an agreement. Therefore, I want you to follow me very well. There were agreements that were agreed to say, okay, this is what will happen. And of course, as you will be doing this, we will support you. Lawyers will be available. Hey, whatever. Resources will be available. Pushing that agenda, it gives you a lot of problems. And when it gives you a lot of problems, the very people that were saying they will do this, they will do this, they will do this, they are not there. What do you do? What do you do? Eh? You are not reliable. You are not reliable. I am telling you, there is an agenda. Agenda. This is our agenda. And of course, my politics, you can't expect UPND. You are pushing an agenda. Na ile kura agenda. Utuma achana to social media na to aisa. Hey, alewele rapo. Wapela kwa kama waichaka. Hey, ka one pin iwe. Mwapi panga ko kashanjani. You know, I mean, and that thing grew. I started that nonsense. You can say whatever it is, whatever. I brought that issue. I brought the Alebo de Rapport agenda. And of course, a lot of people joined in. It got traction. It got traction. And as it got traction, UPND, I mean, they had to use whatever they had, unfortunately. And what they had to use, I found myself exposed. I was going to court 3 times a week, 3 times on average. Sometimes it will be 4 times a week. And lawyers, those lawyers that I thought they were readily available for me, they started, I'm in the High Court, and whatever. So it is today, whatever. I realized, nalaka kwa ini. I realized nalaka kwa. You know, I realized nalaka kwa. And working, how do you work? Those very people that were saying, no, don't worry, you know, shani, and they are not there. At the end of the day, wasanga kunganda amalite takuli, munganda tamuli fyakulia, ero fwewa upana makara yandeke, wala isunga shani dia kara yandeke, tauwe tamafu, wala isunga shani, And you watch TV continue. Meanwhile, the very people that you started with, they have abandoned you. They have left you. And you have attracted a lot of issues. What do you do? So that mune tuchitanda fweva kandile, fweva mshani na wadi, fweva vuvuzela. Uko vikira kofe na bantuani kani. Ba never smumba. Bonse fe nifo bakandile, nifo bavuvuzela. Bonse fe vena Frank Wadia, avena na nifo bavuvuzela, nifo bakandile. We are in the same business. We are in the same business. We are in the same business. Bonse fe. Ekenicha sheko na aircon. If you fine wamona na aircon mule kama muno. Somebody has to pay for the aircon. Ule mwana ati yabana. Tiyabana hiyo. Politics. Tiyabana. But you know, I'm serving a purpose. Somebody has to do this. These are part of the politics. Somebody has to do this. I have to do this, and somebody else has to do this. But as I'm doing this, somebody has to pay for it. Unfortunately, so that you have, this is political literacy. You must have that political literacy so that some of you maybe mule tontonkanya kobwino. You are real. So you at that point when Alebo de Rapport brought a lot of problems. Yes, Navena Siawan was we are in the same business. Same company, different companies. Tuntemba. ngamwatu na mune mavati akakantembaka kantemba finsharela ndapo efo yaba fi efo yaba. So at that point, what was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to do? Ama koti ndeya kumakoti, ama lawyers bale waya wayokwisa, bale waya wayokwisa, kunganda takulifya kulya, abakashibandi bale fwaya injera. How narafi sova jan? I just said nafireka epala mwa mwene nafireka na imya na maboko na ana mukupapata kuliba tata ba mkulu na papata mbelele nikolo se nafireka. You see, nafireka. But some people that don't understand, they were there. Tayali is not consistent. Tayali is not consistent. Who is not consistent? Tayali is not loyal. Who is not loyal? Those who started over and yet they stopped. Eva Shava loyal. Inana, they were very loyal. I am very, very loyal, I can assure you. Very loyal. The problem is, the people that I work with, they are not loyal. They are not loyal. They are not consistent. And what they do, they bring you, they put you in problems. And then they let you now to start suffering. Like this guy I went to see when I was leaving the country, he's telling me, Ngalak to me na $5,000. Your $5,000, he has never sent that $5,000. At one point, I stayed in a hotel and I was locked outside. Locked outside, so. At one point, locked outside. Ilia kwa na udipila wafika pana nkele pa hotel wadipila 5 days. 5 days yapo taukwetesha kudipila. I was locked outside. I sat ufumolu chelo. Ukufumolu chelo so kairi na disi nifa kwa na shipwendarama na afuma panse na ile kuna nikane. I went to the gym. I'm coming from the gym, kairi, this to my swiping whatever access cards. I tried to swipe the room is locked. No, your credit has expired. Please visit the reception. Hey, I had to go na yaikala number panse so ninjikala nechwe chandi. Ndenu kamdala nde bayinda. Ukutumama phone zi bamambala tabale ya suka. Tabale ya suka. And kirikiti. I only accessed the room. Ichungulo. After kirikiti. No angafwile. I mean, I don't think, he would mind if I mention. But I think Munduvile will remember. Because it's Munduvile that I called. It's Munduvile. And then he had to run around. No. They can in Sambe. They can in Shani. Hafuma kirikiti. Efo baishlen to mina akakulipira one night efo na isure room na ingira muntu wandi so go. I mean, these people sometimes, but these things we don't come and tell you. But these are some of the challenges that goes on in the background. So now you need to survive. And sometimes you may end up even sleeping with the devil. Like the way I did. Ina tetimi bepe. Inena UPND. Tualipsana. Na Hakainde Hichilema. Tualipsana. Hakainde Hichilema is a capitalist. Me, I'm not a capitalist. So it is difficult. If you look at my criticism on Hakainde Hichilema, it's on his capitalistic approach. Hakainde Hichilema is a capitalist. Me, I'm not a capitalist. Me, I'm a liberal na to socialism filia. But here kusamo ni socialism, but liberalism because I need to make the money anyway. I am a social, if you like, I am more inclined to socialism. Socialism because ngamamfa socialism I had afraid me. Socialism is a person that looks at the needs of the people, who consider the needs of the people, the needs of the poor. That is where I belong. Hakainde Hichilema is a capitalist. He is a cold-blooded capitalist. He is a capitalist, that man. So, I mean, I can pretend whatever, but really, we can never gel. So socialist, liberalist, and capitalist, they cannot mingle. It is like oil and water. Socialism and capitalism, you can't just be, you can't. But I am more inclined to socialism myself. Hakainde Hichilema is a capitalist. But, you know, in certain instances, like at that point, I found it difficult. I was even willing now to even associate myself to be with Hakainde Hichilema. You saw me going shani no mbakirikiti nambo kula papata nambo kula shani, you know, meeting different people. I met different people in UPND, law and whatever. You can banani vuvuzela vuvuzela bamu UPND. I met them. Vakandida bamu UPND. I met them just for me to try and, you know, live a normal life, because it was too much. But you people, you were busy there accusing me of not being loyal. You were busy looking at me as not being loyal. But really, if those people that we were running the agenda with, if they were really supportive, if they were really coherent with whatever they said, I don't think I would have found myself in that situation. I would have continued fighting. You can even go to prison now. Ishmokawati ngandimu prison, but awana bakuladia kunganda. You can even go to prison now. Ishotawana bakuladia because you have got loyal friends. Not people bakawati ngabaku ingisha muchifungo bala bako nokula bako. Bala bako nokula bako. Look at the way Bowman is suffering. Bowman is suffering. I can tell you now, Bowman is as good as dead. Bowman is as good as dead. I don't think there are even people that are going to see him. But I don't think there are people who are going there. He's as good as dead. Chito Taylor. I'm telling you. So these people, they are the ones that start distancing themselves. And when they distance themselves, they leave you vulnerable. It's the same thing when you talk about Amos Chand. Amos Chand, I do understand him to some extent. I'm saying to some extent. Because Amos Chand, when he was in State House and whatever, and he left State House, of course, Amos Chand, I mean, to be honest, he cannot say that he left, he resigned by his own volition or whatever, like he says that whatever. I mean, those guys were just a bunch of mess. Those guys were just bunch of Avena Kaiza Zulu, Avena Amos, Avena Nani. They were just a bunch of mess. They had all their problems. And so, from my point of view, I mean, objectively, as I want to be, not throwing Amos Chand and whatever, it was good that Amos left at that point. It was good. Because really, those guys were just a mess. They messed up Lungu. They messed up Balungu. They really messed him up. So really, if you talk about it, I mean, objectively speaking, those guys, they didn't do well. Kuli Balungu. And this is one of my problems, you know. The people that surrounded Balungu, really, they were a mess. And some of us who were close to them, we could see they were a mess. They were a mess. They were busy, you know, trying to make money, forgetting that that money was embedded in their power. They were making money because they had the power. But they were not making sure that they consolidate the power around the presidents. They didn't. They didn't consolidate the power. They were more eager to make money, to make money. And the money you made, you guys. Money you made. But you really didn't consolidate the power. You didn't. You know, forgetting that na perform ngamwasanga oranges kula wokuchita take care chimu tichikulu, yes, but even oranges, you need to dig around them, you need to put compost there, you need to water them for them to, you know, to give you nice juicy oranges. But you guys, you are not doing that. So at the end of the day, yes, Amos was kicked out. Of course, even Kaiza Zulu, I mean, out and whatever. But really, from my point of view, Edgar Lungu was very exposed. Very, very exposed. Very exposed. Very exposed. And, that is a story for another day. But Amos Chanda, when he left, really, especially during the Bantuan Kani, he had these cases. And this is one of the problems. By PF, you were busy putting cases on some of your people. Now, UPND is a Chabana West. And today as we speak, Amos Chanda, he has no money. Amos Chanda, he's facing these court cases. He's facing these court cases. He doesn't have money. Amos doesn't have money. And no money is coming in. No money is coming in. Who is going to give him money? Who is going to do business with him? Okay? And yet he has got these court cases. One of which he has even been convicted. And it has been appealed. So eventually he might end up finding himself in jail. So if you think of it, just think of it if you are in Amos's position. What is it that you can do to save yourself? It is basically like what I did. I went to UPND as well. I started pleading with them because I was vulnerable. Amos is vulnerable. Amos has to survive. So to that extent, I do understand him. To that extent, I do understand Amos. I do understand his predicaments because I've been there and I know how these things work. Without the support of somebody, it's very difficult. It's difficulty. So I do understand him to some extent, not that everything, to some extent. To some extent. I don't think Amos is can claim to be UPND. No, he's just doing it to survive. He's just doing it to survive. Amos can never be UPND. He can't be. I know Amos. He can't be. Amos can never be UPND. He can't be. But he needs to survive. He has to sleep with the devil. He's sleeping with the devil for him to survive. The only problem I have when it comes to this situation, and I say it from my point of view, from something that I've experienced. I went to UPND. And you can say, nani. I spoke to almost everyone. I spoke to them. And Amos Chanda cannot tell me that is more useful to UPND than I am. No, he can't tell me that. But UPND, they just don't elela those people. They will just use you, but they will continue. Look at my cases. They continued. Even a case where Chief Mukuni said, no, I'm not interested. Withdraw that case. They never withdrew. They kept on. UPND, they matrix stars. They behave like they are foolish. They can be using you, but behind the back, they are speaking against you. Behind the back, they are saying, no, let's keep on. In our cases, Yandi, if really UPND was a political party that is welcoming, a political party that is embracing, my cases would have been finished. If UPND was a party that really can embrace you, that can forgive you, a party that is really genuine, I would have been home. As I'm talking. I'm talking today. If UPND was whatever, I would have been home. It is not that I have not been talking to people. I do talk to people. And I'm not a guy that pretends to be a big guy. I can be as humble as they come. I look at my situation, in a situation where I realize I'm overpowered. I'm a guy that will just prostrate. I will prostrate to say, guys, please. And I've done that. But as UPND responded positively as I wish, No, they haven't. So, Amos Chanda and all those others that may think that, you know, I've got court cases and whatever, and UPND. Well, I mean, we never know. We never know. But really, UPND, mwali shupa. You are very difficult by UPND, and he have experienced you. So, I don't know. I don't know the chances that Amos Chanda has. And those others, because there are also others. Especially if you have Kotama cases. Look at GBM. Look at GBM. Look at Abena Chitotela. Some of these people, even Nakuma Jere, Varapapata, how to Aleka to Alapilomba, to UPND, Quisa, they are still inside. They are still inside. Don't think that these people, they are still adamant, they are still singing. Mujere, awe. Mujere muna peturula muntu andi. Mujere, muna peturula mujere. Ngawaingira mujere so, muna peturula. And especially some of these people, abashakosa. If mujere at least, to alikuwa takwa nani kane texture, ya, na kamaso kadaka kwa bati, you know, kastamina kawika la mujere. To alikuwa ta, nishula mujere ina, muke pushe wonsa wo, awo na wapuna po mujere. Nshia mujere na ambo kulira, So I'm ready for it. But some of these people, they are not strong. Some of these people, they are crying. But UPND is not changing. So, one, I'm saying, Amos Chanda, be very careful with these people. Be very careful with these people. The second point is that, you know, now I've reviewed some of the instances that I've gone through. I've reviewed, for example, the guy that told me, no, don't worry, you go out there. I'll be sending you 5 pin. And later on, he blocked my number. And now, I don't even talk to him. But look, I can't mention the name. I can't mention the name. No matter what happens, no matter how upset I am with this guy, because, you know, it's like somebody sends you in the bush to go and fight a war. And then he just dumps you. But you see, no matter what happens, you can only, in Mukatolika Twebati, you can tell the sin, but you cannot mention the sinner. Meaning, you can say, okay, I heard this, but you can't tell who the sinner is. And I think for me, this is very cardinal. Even when I criticize people, even when I've criticized by Edgar Lungu, you will never hear me to say, awe irade tuarikere na walungu, elo tualande, fero tualande, fero. I can never do that. That one is a principle that my brother Amos Chanda needs to learn. Confidentiality. It doesn't, I mean, me, I know a lot of things. I know a lot of things, I've been, whatever. But I can never come here and say, no matter how disappointed I am, I can't come here. Like I'm telling you that PND, I spoke with a lot of people. But I can never come here and tell you to say, no, that day I spoke to whoever. No, that day. I can never do that. I can never do that. Some of the cases that are in court, it is because some people told me, or some people made me do certain things. Like at one point, there was, you know, something that was happening. There was a minister during the PF. There was a minister who was going astray. He was going astray. And when this minister was going astray, you know, some people came up with a plan, and they gave me some evidence against this minister. They gave me some evidence against this minister. And I went on shooting at this minister. What? This minister later on sued me. But look, and I realized later on, afterwards, I realized that those guys actually played me. They wanted to fix this minister because this minister was becoming rogue. And to slow him down, they came up with this evidence which they gave me, and I went for him. When I went for him, of course he slowed down and he became loyal, Kuliba Lungu and whatever. But when this minister sued me, I couldn't go to court and say, no, the one who gave me this, it is this one, it is this one. I couldn't do. I was in court, but I couldn't go. I couldn't talk about, whatever. No, we sat, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. And yet I was in court. I was in court. I couldn't. Later on, I even had to apologize to this minister, whatever. I took the beating. And yet, the whole thing was started, by a group of people. But I couldn't go out and say, no, this one. I couldn't. Even, this guy, like I've told you, who are 5 pin, I can only tell you, and I'm only sharing this for you to understand the situation under which we find ourselves. But no matter what happens, no matter how I don't like this guy, I mean, I can't just come out and say, hey, no, this guy, hey, we did. I can't do that. I've had different interaction with different people. No matter how much took up Pusana, you can be rested because some of you are even watching. But I can assure you, whatever we discuss in private, whatever we discuss and it is confidential, it remains confidential with me. Never. Bakapokola bali shiba. Force headquarters bali shiba. Bana stanga basenda ma phone. Immediately basenda phone. Ndachita wipe off phone. Ndachita wipe off phone. Immediately I fight to wipe off my phone. You will never get my phone and within 30 minutes it is still with content. No ways. You get me my phone within the maximum is 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, it's wiped out. I risk losing everything. Why? Because not so much for me, but to protect the people that I interact with. To protect the confidence. But Amos, where I don't agree with you, is where now you are mentioning Edgar Lungu, you are mentioning Findley, you are mentioning Dora Syria, nan. No. Amos, no, Amos. No. That is wrong. You can be disappointed, you can be vulnerable, but you cannot start calling out names. No, that is wrong. That one, Amos, I don't agree with you. You are my friend. I do understand your situation, but I am telling you, my brother, that one is wrong. You can't be going on TV to be discussing Edgar Lungu. No. Fiakanika. You can't be going on TV. You can't be having an interview to be discussing Edgar Lungu, to be discussing what was happening in State House. No. That one, Amos, nakana. How filata bachita video? Filata bachita, Amos, filata bachita. You don't do that. You don't come out and start mentioning names. You don't come out and start mentioning names. You can talk about situations, if you are whatever, but not to start bringing out names. It's not good. It's not good. Those things that you are bringing out, I don't know how you look at them yourself. But really, that is wrong. That is wrong. What are you doing? What do you want to... What are you doing to Edgar Lungu? Edgar Lungu cannot even come and defend himself. Do you think Edgar Lungu will also go on TV and start saying, no, Amos said this, whatever? Do you think those people that you are mentioning, they will also go on the media and start talking like that? They can't do that. No, Amos, no. That is very wrong. What you are doing, you need to stop that. Stop dropping names. Stop dropping names. What was done in confidence, let it remain in confidence. Because if you are going to sell yourself, Kuriba UPND, by taking a gun and shooting Edgar Lungu, no, that is not right. Even me, I refused. Somebody came up with at one point, somebody came up with a video. go and talk about this on your platform. Akoka video, mwalifi violence, I said, no, I'm not going to do that. Anything to shoot at Edgar Lungu in a way that I felt, no, this is not right. I didn't do it. I criticized Lungu on real issues. Even today, I would still say them. Even today, I will still say them, real issues. I never went on to say, I don't do that. I don't do that. I can criticize to say, Lungu eligibility, he should have fought more. That I will say. But not to say, no. Frankly speaking, eligibility case for me, I mean, I'm sorry. Eligibility case, I felt that we didn't fight. We didn't put in so much. I put in my mind, my effort. I did put in my effort. Each time there was a case, I came, I spoke about the case, what. I did my part. But those who were back home, they didn't. They didn't. No. No. Whatever. Nonsense. No, people went to the secretariat. Why did they go to the secretariat when Lungu was caught? So, I'm actually justified with my hunger on that one. Because some of you don't understand. You say, no, Daddy, you're not consistent. No. We all play our part. And if you are failing to play your part, I have to blame you. I have to blame you. But not to discuss if into from what in privacy. You don't do that, Amos. And that's what I'm against, Amos. Amos, that route you are taking is not good. UPND, if UPND have hired you, because it is higher, there is no two ways about it, it is higher. If UPND have hired you to help them campaign for this constitutional amendments, just focus on that. Focus on that. And this is where I like what Dr. Nevas Mumba. This is why I like Frankie Bwadia. Frankie Bwadia, if you have seen, Frankie Bwadia does not dwell on, no, Fred Membe, Chavefi. He doesn't do that. Frankie Bwadia comes in and starts defending the constitution. Start convincing people. That is what you do. Of course, even if it is not making sense, he will go on TV. No, even Jesus Christ said this. Whatever, like whenever Smumba. Is it yesterday or today? Yesterday, I think. He was quoting the Bible. They are lies. People are lying, whatever. But come on. But Dr. Nevas Mumba, honestly, when you talk about lies, who lies more? Because in the den of lies, UPND is a paradise of lies. If you want to live a lie, join UPND. It's a paradise of lies. And they are lying. Now Max Moore, our parent director, whatever. You're Max Ulevomba. Max Moore. Ulevomba. You have kept these people busy. Now, you are putting all your workers at work. You are not leaving anyone. You are taking everyone. But they believe in just talking. No abantu bushaimwe. Muna kwati abantu bala ikuta amashu yenu. Because you are busy every day, press conference. In one day, you are having at 5 press conferences. 5 press conferences. Kuredio, kuisa. I mean, ushabantu bala ikuta amashiwi. UPND somehow believes that abantu bala ikuta. And they are rounding everybody. Whoever can talk, they are rounding them up. To come and talk. But ushabantu bala ikuta mashiwiyenu. No matter how much you talk, utengo wabungata wabwele. No matter how much you talk, fuel tayabwele. No matter how much you talk, fertilizer tayabe kubantu. No matter how much you talk, the load shedding is still there. But you believe in talking, and you have hired all the vuvuzelas. It's okay. It's part of politics. It's part of politics. But you have to know that, you know, some of these things are stubborn. You can't change them by talking. No matter what you say, you can't change. You can't change them. So once they are busy talking. Unfortunately, it is not changing anything. It is not going to change anything. And of course, but of course, you know, why welamu? Not fear from sometimes what Dr. Nevas Mumba, sometimes from Mulelanda, way, daddy, daddy Mule Chilamo, Mulera the Bible from quoting on a Bible, and yet Muleve Panaimu. Muleve Panaimu, but Mule quoting a Bible. But from that, daddy Mulam, daddy, Imo pattern, I never remember some, but pattern. No, they said that this, hey, there is this, hey, what has come is part of butane. But everything that has come is not part of butane. Vanevasi. Daddy. Are you telling me pali tulotuma closes twice to do to the 13? At tapali fi alimu butane. At tapali fi some butane. And they should apologize. Dad, you should ask the Hakainde Hichilema to apologize. You should ask Hakainde Hichilema to apologize also. That's the one you should ask you to apologize. But Dr. Nevas na imwe. I mean, tamwa verengere fya ndile abasambirira. Balazi vadilendere we no fear. They even followed balanda. Bale kotinga no kotinga. Butane, it was number 18. Umu ni number 6. Umu butane, it was number 20. They showed us how, you know, the proposed amendment, how they reflect on butane. They showed us. And yet when Dr. Nevas Mumba wants to come and tell us to say, no, tafirimo. And like you said, no, there were certain things which were good, but there were certain things which are bad. And therefore, since there were certain things which are bad, let us just reject everything. What about you? Because yes, it's true, like from my point of view, there are certain things that I like, but there are certain things that I don't like. So following your same logic, where you said, no, because of, like Hakainde Hichilema, he said, you know, taking butane because it has got some good clauses, it's like taking poison just because there is sugar. So if Hakainde Hichilema said that on butane, what about on this one? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So whenever Dr. Nevas Mumba, I really felt very uncomfortable when you know, you were trying to call others liars, and yet you are also lying. You know, such kind of things. I mean, you avoid, you just talk about, you know, what you want to say. Not calling others liars, and yet you are also lying. And for you, you are even quoting the Bible when you are lying. I think that is more dangerous. I think that is why, you know, it says, woe to you who mislead the young ones. You take the Bible and you want to mislead people. Let us just do politics. Let's put the Bible aside. Chimona Frank now, you know, he was trying to use the Bible. The poor will always be there. Even Jesus Christ, that's what he said. No, come on, guys. Let's leave that. Let's just do the politics. Let us leave it. Let's aside you. Because if you mula chitefi, chimona vivile chita vandambo. Vandambo is doing politics. But James Ndambo, from my point of view, James Ndambo is doing politics. And one would wonder to say, but why are you talking about Ndambo? Why don't you just leave it? It is okay. It is okay, Vandambo, you can do politics. But what I don't want for me, now, I've refused, you know, to take people just because they have got money. These people with money, these capitalists, they are destroying our country. These capitalists, vale tuipaya. And Ndambo, unless he shows me his clear views, I mean, he's just a capitalist. who is thinking that Zambia is for sale. Because they come with money, they flaunt money, they shower money all over. And once in one hey, Ndambo for president. I mean, do you even know Ndambo? Do you even know Ndambo? Eh? The last time I heard him speak, the first time that he spoke out, he spoke. The moment he spoke, the next time he's doing apologies. So I'm not very comfortable with this Ndambo thing. I'm not very comfortable. I'm not very comfortable. I am not very comfortable. Ndambo is doing politics. Ndambo is doing politics. I mean, look, even that thing which he did, no, my hometown, whatever, very good. But this is what many politicians do. This is an odd way of introducing yourself in politics. Some of you MPs who want to stand, a lot of you are busy looking for balls. You are looking for AMA jersey. You are sponsoring AMA tournaments, MUMA constituencies. You are sponsoring AMA tournaments, MUMA constituencies. That is the way you come out. That is the way you come out. Some of you, you are doing you are doing little things in your constituencies. That is how you introduce yourself. And in Ndambo, that my hometown event was about introducing himself. It was about popularizing himself. It was about when you see people doing something and they are busy, getting the media, getting all the spotlight, just know they are up to something. They are up to something. Not that it is wrong, but don't think that some of us will buy it. No. Ndambo is trying to do politics. Even that hometown thing, it was a showcasing himself. Showcasing himself. Now, this time around, he's coming back to Zambia. And Mao Sampa goes and issues this statement. No, he's going to a church, whatever. Don't we know these things? Don't we know these things? Donations, Muma churches, featuring Muma churches. And that was a way, Mao Sampa. You thought you were clever when you brought out that issue. But when you brought out that issue, you just exposed it yourself. You just exposed yourself. Because that was a way of, announcing. That was a way of announcing that Ndambo is coming. Ndambo is coming. Drawing attention on Ndambo. And by UPND now, I don't know nga mumfana jani na Ndambo katishinga mona tumwaliwa pamo, I don't know, but Ndambo I believe has got his own agenda. I believe he has got his own agenda, and he might shock you one day. Ndambo, you people are UPND, he might shock you one day, because I mean I've got information. I am not confirming that that's what it is, but I have got information that Ndambo is actually the one that sponsored Mao Sampa. That convention bakwete ya Bufilia, and whatever money, I've got information that Ndambo is the one that has been sponsoring Mao Sampa. And by UPND, you fell for it because you felt this is good, to destroy PF, and you helped Mao's. But the resources, I have been told, I don't know if it is true or not. I can't confirm. But the thing is that I have heard that the money came from Ndambo. Then the UPND provided the state apparatus, Bakapokoland, whatever. But the money came from Ndambo. Now, I don't know. I don't know what you think about that in Ndambo. I don't know. I don't know what you think about that in Ndambo. I mean, if he wants to do politics, do politics. Do politics and tell us. Otherwise, twakula fi jeopardizer. Twakula posa mama sembe. Twakula posa mama sembe. Ero inenda mieva. Some of you, in the next president, there will be, after Hakainde Hichilema, I must be part of that presidency. There will be no presidency after Hakainde Hichilema without me being part of it. Otherwise, I'm even ready to support Hakainde Hichilema. I'm even ready to support Hakainde Hichilema. If that presidency which is coming, no matter what, I I would partner with Hakainde Hichilema to make sure that that presidency doesn't go anywhere. Mwina mwana kwati achanchane tature angala. Ero mwina mwana kwati ishai shwofo nchita na adi shwofo nchita. I know what I'm doing. If you think that I'm just, atukwa lolo mwela, ahawe mdala, tekwa lolo mwela, fionso for tuchita, fiari shibiko, apatulelanda ndambo. Why am I talking about ndambo? Why am I advertising him? I'm not advertising. I'm talking because, I know that guy, Tayali wino na mouse sambawako. Tayali wino, no, he's coming to change. Kuzambia kwa liwo kupoka ma permit ngolea kuchange. Mupoke na permit. Uko kwene mulea ba James Ndambu. Mupoke permit. Making sure na mupoka permit. It's the same law that applies to all of us. Yeah? If Edgar Lungu has to get a permit to go to church, ngai we ndambo. Because really, I am up politics. They are playing politics. And come out good. Anyway, Naranda Sana, I can open the phone lines for those that want to participate. The constitutional, like I told you, the amendment, but anyway, that is a story for another day. For tonight, I've spoken about 3 issues. I've spoken about the challenges of being vuvuzelas and the Amos Chanda situation. On one hand, I do understand him. I've been there. The only thing that I don't agree with Amos is that, dropping names is not good. Hello? Hello? Yes, sir.
Hello,
Hey, Shan boss.
good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Sir, I want to contribute about to those who want to contribute on this on your platform to have respect one another. You get it?
Mm-hmm.
Iradde kwali bamawale tukana tulande kofi ifete tutatuye ba politician tulesunga abantu beni bamuwagayi balisamba kunyi mwamva de so mulebe bako noti baleta wanza baletu mama phone noti baletu kana leo mfate ni kwa platform okay na hizo nataka kukuranda wote.
No, you are right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right.
No, it's a democracy indeed. I mean, we cannot agree with each other. We may not agree with each other, but, we still have to respect each other. I mean, even me, like now I'm talking. I mean, I don't agree with certain people, but I don't have to insult them. I don't have to insult but Dr. Nevers, I don't have to insult Frank Bwadia because we don't agree. Max Moore, I don't have to insult them. Somebody saying that you seem to be in good boots na HH. I mean, it's not personal. It's not personal. For me, it's not personal with Hakainde Hichilema. It's just political differences. We don't just agree. Like I've said that Hakainde Hichilema is more of a capitalist. Me, I am more on the socialist, of course, not to liberalism, emotwava. I'm in between there. So it's not if I got naliba patafie. Limbena wamdale wampata because wamdala vena vaja we never ndabwisha ko Hakainde Hichilema. Mukanjipushe kwa Tayali pshatnish mwampatira because takwa bafe muntu ya mdala. Yashani. But anyway, those are those. Yeah, what's the time? I think I'm going to leave it there for tonight. I think we have made I've made my point. So on Amos, I do understand him, but please avoid those revealing some of these things. On but Dr. Nevas Mumba and all these others, I mean, let us not call others than names. Hey, no, you are liars. You are liars and whatever. And yet, no, we can do better. We can do better. Bandambo, I mean, ngamlevo kuchitama politics. Just do politics. Not to tutuma nani kani mlecha yo tutwa bisira awe. Tafia bombe. Anyway, I end there. May God bless you. May God bless Zambia. Bye.